nobody's Mr. Beast. Mr. Beast is Mr. Beast. If you're trying to chase just the money, you'll never have that influence. People can feel that. People can sense that. Watching your video, you can see that he's not doing it for what most people are doing it for, or trying to even look the part, or be this person that he's not. You know, he's being himself. There's a lot of people that are gonna sell out. There's a lot of YouTubers or influencers and et cetera that are already sold out. I think that they're gonna market the wrong things because they wanna make money, and that's the world change I'm talking about. Money is not the full byproduct of most of my endeavors. It's more so, how can I impact someone's life positively and actually make a difference?
What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Manny Talks. Tonight we have a special guest. This guy has been crushing and traveling the world over 35 countries, and I'm happy to have him here with us to share his story and to share the journey. Now he's educating people all over the world on how to trade, and on top of that, he is one of the baddest photographer and content creators out there that I know myself. So I'm super glad to have him here with us. Welcome, Awal, to the show, baby.
He didn't mean that, puppy. Don't worry.
What's up, bro? What's up? What's up? How you feeling?
Good. We ready to rock, bro?
Good. Ready to rock?
Let's go. Let's give
Awesome.
some value.
Let's add some value. So one thing I wanted to ask you is, I read in your Instagram you have, I don't have an itch, I have a purpose.
Ooh.
Talk to me a little bit about that, because that it really it resonated with me a little bit. So I wanna go in there. What's your purpose?
Man, honestly, I think the purpose comes down to a couple different things. I believe being a soldier of the kingdom, someone that's fighting for righteousness and not just going with the herd, but also bringing people to the light when it comes to like knowledge, faith, talking about the things that most people are uncomfortable talking about. And that's my purpose, and helping them grow through it, whether that's financially, spiritually, faith-wise, whatever it is.
That's amazing. Tell us a little bit about who you are and how you've been able to grow such a massive influence in now both industries. Not only content creation but also trading.
I've never really considered myself a content creator. Funny you say that.
Okay.
Yeah. When I used to go to like events and stuff, and I'd have the camera, and people would be like, "Yo, who's your cameraman?" And I'd be like, "Yo, don't call me a cameraman, my bro. I'm an entrepreneur. I do multiple things, right?" And I would always joke with people like that, because as a cameraman, I was just doing that to really like get into rooms that I wasn't able to get into maybe previously, as kind of like a networking tool and a way to make money. But realistically, I think as an entrepreneur, you have different focuses and different skills.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you can develop those and kind of grow. But for the last couple of years, I've been really just traveling the world and educating people about financial literacy and breakthroughs. I mean, we've had people all sorts of testimonies. You know what I'm saying? It's not just trading. It's not just entrepreneurship. I mean, we've been at dinner tables with people where just because you're there and you're traveling and you're giving value, they tell you about their cocaine addiction and they cry on your shoulder. You know what I mean? And it's like, yo, we're eating dinner. I did not know it was going to turn into this, but it gets really fast in the industry of mentorship in the entrepreneurship arts, right? And we can kind of say arts because there's so many different things that you can get into and develop, right? Like you do.
Yeah, I feel it's like your tool set. So it's like the more skills as the better.
100%.
So let's take it back, let's say 5-7 years. How do you come across entrepreneurship, and how do you start your journey?
This is like raw and uncut, published everywhere.
Oh, uncut, baby.
Like published everywhere?
Yeah, everywhere. Everywhere. I want to know the real. You know what I mean? I want to know you, bro.
You don't want to know the real, man.
Oh, what are we here for then? You know what I mean?
Nah, like honestly, it's crazy because I can ask you guys listening to this the question: do you recognize yourself 10 years ago? You know what I'm saying? Like 10 years ago, like I don't even know that person. You know what I'm saying? 7 years ago, like that is totally a different person. That's why when you ask me the question like, who are you? It's like, well, who am I today? Who am I going to become? Right? Who was I? But really, like 5 to 7 years ago, I've always been an entrepreneur. In high school, I did entrepreneurship of herbal supplements to people that wanted to smoke it, right?
You see, this is what we get into.
And I kind of like, dibbled and dabbled into just maybe the wrong crowds. In college, school was easy for me. I went to school, flying colors, honor student, like not even really trying. When I got to college, I had to start trying a little bit, right? Because obviously college kind of gets real for no reason. So I had to take English again and all math again, after the fourth time. Like I speak English, but here I am paying for an, English literature class. But anyways, 3 years into college, I found myself in a place where I was doing really well financially from my endeavors, right? And I wanted to go bigger. I wanted to go better.
Okay.
So me and like 7 friends, most of them that I never met before, I met them online, decided to take our endeavors to the road, and we were gonna go to Colorado.
Okay.
So we moved to Colorado, and we rented this mansion. Have you ever seen the Tiger King? You know what I'm talking about? The thing on Netflix. It was like the show about this white dude that does like he has like a tiger or something like that, and he has like
seen it. But
wild
what is it,
cats.
like a big mansion?
Yeah, there's a huge mansion called the Booker Mansion in Colorado, et cetera, et cetera. So that ended really badly. And a couple months later, I came like...
You were involved in this whole thing with the mansion and everything?
Yeah, I lived there.
Okay.
I lived there for a couple months.
Oh, wow. Look at that.
Yeah, it was insane. And it was a complete failure waiting to happen. But God works in mysterious ways. So long story short, I found myself living in Colorado, a bunch of people I didn't even know too well, and doing things I probably shouldn't have been doing. And everything came to a halt, got in trouble, right? Ended up coming home with my tail between my legs, coming back to mom's house, lost all my money, lost all my friendships. Threw away most of my friendships because they weren't good friendships. So I wanted to get away. So I think I found myself in a correction point of my life, probably like 2016, starting all the way from scratch. And I decided I'm not going to go get a job. Like, I'm just going to figure it out. Yeah, I'm going to figure it out. And I met my girl at that time, 2017. Amazing. So she was with me before. She was with me when I went to move to Colorado. Actually. So she helped move me to Colorado. She went on that trip. She was there throughout the whole thing. So, like I came home, didn't see her for a couple months. It was bad. And when I got back, it was just like, I don't want to work a job, nor do I want to go back to doing what I was doing. So I just kind of fought. I definitely fought, bro. I did not go back to doing anything I shouldn't be doing. I started making money any way that I could. I picked up my friend's camera, started shooting some pictures, borrowed his camera for the first couple shoots. I actually borrowed his camera on my first tour I went when I got hired to travel and do content. But picked up content creation, bro, as a way to make money. I figured if I can learn how to edit videos and shoot some videos, I can charge people some money, and I can not have a job. And that ended up evolving into me getting around, super successful entrepreneurs that opened up doors, and then led to really where we are today.
That's amazing. And a couple of things there. Environment, right? Environment. You said it. You were hanging out with the wrong people. You ended up doing the wrong things. And that's one thing I keep on telling people. It's like environment is everything. Yeah. If you hang out with losers, you end up losing. Like it's the numbers game, right?
Yeah. Well, the messed up part is my personality. My personality doesn't help that. Whatever environment I'm in, I consider myself like a multiplier. There's people that subtract from your life. There's people that add to your life, and then there's people that can multiply what you got, right? And like I consider myself that just because everyone I've ever been around, that's what I do. So I multiplied their stupidness. So I was like coming up with ideas now. Like I was using my intelligence for bad stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like they weren't the problem at that point. Like now I was the problem because of the environment, because of the type of personality that I am. So environment is 100% key, because you're either being impressed on or you're being impressionable, right? Boom. Like, so, even in a bad environment, your personality can shine and you can be impressionable. But now it's like super negative. You know what I mean? Like, it's the opposite.
It
exactly. Whatever it is that you got, it multiplies it. So environment is 100% key, and I switched my environment unknowingly. I didn't do that. God did that, to be honest. I just got hired. I got hired by them. I didn't know who they were. You know what I mean?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I didn't know.
This is back on IML, right?
2017.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy. But the one thing that actually got you in the door was content creation, was the camera, right? You picked up the
100%.
camera, you learned the skill set. Because I feel, we were talking about this before we started the podcast, is when people keep on jumping ships, they just never go anywhere.
Right.
And it's like, you just got to pick one skill set. That's what gets you to sit in the door. It might not be what you're passionate about. It might not be what you want to do for the rest of your life, but that gets you a seat.
Right.
And then from there on, you decide what are you passionate about, what do you really want to do, right?
I found myself passionate about content creation for sure. I'm a creative person. I used to draw, paint, all that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? So like, it's honestly my arts and crafts. I call it arts and crafts. Content creation today is like, I literally play music. I have headphones and I'm having fun. I'm like painting. You know what I mean? I'm creating something out of nothing. Like from my mind, I'm visualizing what I want this thing to look like, you know. But my goal was to never make content creation my thing. Like to be the world class in.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? To break molds and barriers. I wanted to be good enough to where I can make money and for my own content to be self-satisfying. But I never wanted it to be something that was like, you know, working with celebrities and doing their content. You know what I mean? Like it was more so of like kind of like a hobby that I can monetize. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it worked as. But
so you picked up this camera, you start doing content creation, you get hired, you get involved in a great environment, right? Great people, all successful entrepreneurs. How did it go here? You know, when you get involved with all these people, was it like crazy? You know, these people are making this much money. I've never heard of this before. Like, what was your awareness level when you got introduced to this world in terms of entrepreneurship?
Right. So when I got into entrepreneurship, I thought I had money. You know what I'm saying? Even after I lost a bunch of stuff, you know, like what I've already touched, right? What I've already seen, I thought was like, okay, you know, like nobody else, like it's not gonna be that crazy. So when I saw 10x that, you know, 20x that, and I saw there was possibilities to become someone of value, live in a godly way, and make a good amount of money, I was mind blown. But it wasn't more of like a disbelief thing. It was a more so of like, oh my gosh, I can totally do this. Like I see these guys that are doing this. I see these women that are doing this.
It's the lack of awareness. Like if you don't know that that's possible, you never actually go for it. You know what I mean? So opening up these doors and seeing all of this success and all of this around you, I mean, you know, it changes it all for you.
I think more so than the environment I was traveling that did that for me, to be honest. I remember my first trip to Ecuador. I went to Ecuador and I met an entrepreneur there that was making like 25 grand a month in Ecuador, okay? And he was younger than me. He comes from a country that's maybe some would say not as easy to make that money per month. And he was doing it. And I was just like, dude, like, you know, like that's next level. Like, what excuse do I have, right? You got people hustling out there, making it happen in other countries. So, you know, that are not as privileged. Let's just be real. Like he doesn't have a credit card. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't exist out there like that. Like it does here, you know, on that same level and accessibility and all that kind of stuff. So I think that was like my belief and awareness raising was being able to travel and seeing other people create success all around the world, that I know you can come home and at least do something. I'm not the most successful.
You've traveled a lot, bro. What is it, 35, 36 countries?
It's 33 right now.
33?
Yeah, 33.
Okay. That's a lot.
That's a lot.
What has been your biggest lesson traveling the world? For everything you have seen, what has been like the biggest thing, your story that has impacted your life?
There's so many. There's so many, bro. I can't put my finger on one. I could go down a list and just kind of give you examples, but from being at a dinner table and speaking my broken Spanish, you know, in Argentina, to someone, you know, confessing, you know, that they have a cocaine addiction and that they're struggling in their business because of their love for cocaine. You know what I mean? Like literally, like, what do you do? Like I got that question, right? Like, what do you do if you really want to go hard in entrepreneurship, but you just
like, what do
you just can't, you just can't like stop doing cocaine. And I'm just like, look, bro, like I get it. Like you're running from something. And it ended up him crying on my shoulder and, you know, all this kind of crazy stuff. And the guy that was with me as well, that was there and experiencing it too, someone walking from an event. We were in Kazakhstan doing a seminar, and someone, what is this called? Backpacked? When they put the thumb up, right? Like try to get rides on the side of the road, right? From Moscow, Russia to Kazakhstan, like 11 hours, bro.
Wow.
Just to make that event. And all of these
Wow.
different instances just kind of teach you stuff, right? Like I learned with that guy, vulnerability. Like I'm like, I just met you. Like, why would you ask me that question? But then I'm like, why wouldn't he? Right? And then it's like that guy that walked from Moscow.
Yeah, he just opened up to you and he's
Yeah.
like, I got this question.
Exactly. And then the other guy from Moscow, you know, to just being able to experience different cultures. You realize everyone's pretty the same, to be honest. Like, you know, it's a big world, but like we all got this. Your problems are not special. Like we all got the same problems, different scales, different magnitudes, but for the most part, everyone got the same problems. And you know, you just kind of realize that you're being molded for something.
Yeah.
I like to think that as I travel and experience new things, I'm becoming cultured to prepare me for what's gonna happen next in life, right? And to be able to.
Yeah, I feel traveling, you learn a lot, bro. It's you get to see people, you know, that literally don't have anything, and you get to see people that have it all, and you're like,
Right.
it's all the same. You
Dude,
know?
we were in Lagos, Nigeria. Lagos, Nigeria.
Okay.
Okay. Lagos, Nigeria, the most populated city in Africa. 21 million people or something. Something
Wow.
crazy. It's like quadruple New York.
Okay.
Something ridiculous, right? And we're driving, and there's this highway that goes over water. And to the right, it's Makoko. And Makoko
Okay.
is like a floating village on the water. Super impoverished. They were there before big city Lagos. They got pushed out. Over that bridge is Lekki. Bro, we're driving, and there's Rolls Royces. You look up the
Holy shit.
properties there, the beachfront properties there, 1.6,
Like right-
2,
right
3,
next to each
4
other.
mil across the bridge.
That's insane.
You know, and it kind of just goes to show you, bro. There's like, you know, like one, there's a way anywhere.
Yep.
Right? There's a way anywhere. And then two, there's a lot of corruption. You know what I'm saying?
That too.
Yeah, there's a lot of corruption, bro. And I think that's what as entrepreneurs, honestly, right now, bro, we're being called to be honest. I know this podcast is about to take a turn.
Yeah.
Right now.
Yeah. So let's talk about you on the financial markets really quick.
No.
Yeah. We're going there. We're going there. I want to get you, you know, comfortable. I want to get you, you know. So financial markets, you're educating people, you're trading. You became a trader, right? From content creation to trading. How was that shift, bro? How do you even said, I want to learn how to trade. I want to do this myself.
I saw the people that I was doing with videos, trading, and they were making money, and I already know how to use a computer.
I gotta learn this.
Yeah, I already know how to use the editing software, right? Like I can probably learn how to use this software type of deal. And I have a very adrenaline love personality. You know, I like going fast. I like doing extreme sports, like all that kind of stuff. Like we go to the beach, like let's go surfing, like, you know, like that type of stuff. So when I came to trading, I failed miserably in the very beginning. And I learned a lot about myself, you know, about my personality, my character traits, all this kind of stuff that I never knew, to be honest, because I never gambled. I was not a gambler. Like, but with trading, I found myself chasing adrenaline, you know what I mean, in the markets. And I learned a lot about myself. And it became kind of one of those things where even to this day, I do content creation later in the day. I do all my like trading and stuff in the morning.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, I don't know if you remember in school, you'd had like different classes. Right?
Yeah,
It's like arts and crafts class, then like PE.
A schedule during the day.
That's how my day is.
That's how you run
I
it,
go
huh?
from like, I start my day with left brain, like logical stuff, and then I end it in right brain. You know, so like, meaning like I do all the super technical stuff in the morning.
In the morning and then the afternoon.
Yeah, so I still do it. There was no shift.
Mm.
Yeah, there was no shift. It's still a thing. Like it's still, I just do both.
So
You know?
now you're educating. You're
Right.
educating people on how to trade the financial markets, financial literacy, all of this good stuff. What has been, you know, for you in this market, right? What has been your biggest failure, bro?
I don't know. I have a bunch.
I want to talk about like the biggest, like not financially, but like what has been your biggest failure as an entrepreneur that you say, bro, I don't know if I could have get back from this. You know what I mean? Have you had any of those moments?
Not that I couldn't get back from, but I've definitely had moments I'm like, wow, you're stupid. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I have a overly optimistic personality, so like there
I
couldn't,
see.
there couldn't be anything that happens that I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
how can I get back from this? If anything, some crazy stuff happens and I'm like, we got this, and everyone else is like, dude, no, we don't, right? And I'm just like, yeah, well, we'll figure it out, you know. and I don't know if that's just like stupidity or optimism, whatever you call it.
Yeah.
Craziness on fire, whatever, right? There's different terms. But like I've had a bunch of failures, man, from not going hard enough in certain areas to relationships that I built in business. You know what I mean? And maybe someone interpreting me not the way that I intended. So a failure is a communication failure on my behalf, right? Or financial failure, right? Investing in the wrong thing and losing money and all that kind of stuff. So I don't know, man. I mean, I hope to fail more.
Yeah. I feel like striving to fail more is where you grow. Yeah. Failure is where growth happens.
That's what I've learned, right? And
failure is where growth happens, and you can't hide away from failures. You gotta keep on chasing them. Let me fail more. You know what I mean? To learn fast. I think people get confident when you stack up on those failures, because it's like, all right, I fell, I get back up, I can do this again. You know, when you go through shit, you're like, yeah, bro, I've been here before. So I can get back up. You know,
there's like a quote, right? It's like, if you're not making mistakes, then you're not trying anything new, right? And not that you got to try everything new all the time, but new meaning like, even in your industry, you could be doing the same thing, but looking to take it to the next level, like raise the bar, do something different. You know, so if you're not making mistakes, or you're not failing, then you're not moving. You know, and that's kind of always been my mentality. So, but see, that's another like crazy, messed up perspective that most people be like, what? Why would you want to fail more? Most people don't even try because they're scared to fail. Here 100%. I am trying everything, failing at everything, right? And kind of just even still, like, you know, I'm figuring this out while it's in the air.
Daily.
Boom, like, it's boom, in boom, the boom. Air right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're figuring it out while it's in the air. There is no blueprint to really what we're doing. I mean, there's no really platform.
That's entrepreneurship, people. I feel.
Yeah.
You know, as a whole, you know, it's like when you go to school, you have a blueprint, right? You have a schedule. You
somewhat
have people.
like drop shipping, right? Yeah. Like there's a blueprint. You can find different wholesales and stuff, but there's a blueprint.
There's a 1 to 10, but how you go from 1 to 10 is a little,
it changes, but there's an overall blueprint, like how you sell on Amazon or something. Like you're doing something that's kind of pre-constructed. You're using already a company, right? Then you're using them for your retail customers, etc. But like there are certain industries, like for instance, like your previous business model where you created that, right? Nobody was doing that. Like you guys made that. And it's kind of like right now it's like, yeah, there's a lot of replicas out there in the industry, but like really our platform was the first ever live streaming trading education platform with 100 educators in 20 different languages in 50 different countries with 100,000 live customers.
Yeah, so when it comes to trading, education, and all that, I mean, I learned there. You know what I mean? So it's the same platform. For those of you that don't know,
you're safe.
Oh no, bro! I tell
he's
everybody,
like, you're one of us. I was here first. I
was there before you even got introduced to this thing. but yeah, bro, it's like, you know, I was talking about this, I think it was with Mikey. He was here in one of the first episodes.
Oh, Mikey.
And I'm like, yo, he dropped like massive value. We did another podcast Tuesday with him. I got on his pod, and bro, it's like, I'll tell everybody, it's like network marketing it changes people's life, because just the access to the information that you get, you know, and trading, when you put those two together is mind-blowing.
Right.
Like, trading is one of the skill sets that I feel everybody in their lifetime has to at least give the chance to learn, because it gives you the 3 things that everybody wants, and it's location freedom, time freedom, and financial freedom.
Yep.
That's what trading is.
That's what I told myself. Like, I don't care if this takes me 10 years. I'm gonna learn this, because I'm gonna do something else for 10 years anyways, progressing towards something else. Like, why would I not choose this? Even if I don't like it, it sucks. Maybe it's not sexy. It looks complicated.
But at least you don't give it a try.
It doesn't matter what I like. You don't like your job either. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, if you just do it for 2 hours a day, like, you know, I scalp, and that's what I do. But Mikey's the homie, man. He's dope, man. We have some stories, man.
Yeah.
Since we're going raw and uncut, Mikey, I hope you're listening to this.
He is.
Because we had some great times in Ecuador. And
he's a beast.
Peru.
He's been running. What I love about him, I told him, is like the consistency, bro.
Yeah,
like,
bro.
He's
decade in the industry.
Yeah, I mean,
he's
consistency.
He's an OG. I'm 5 years in. Like, I'm still baby. Like, to be honest, I'm still sprouting into who I'm gonna be for like the next 10 years and kind of figuring out my thing. But network marketing obviously has a kind of a iffy connotation if you ask the average person. Just like the average person, you know, thinks about the news, you know, like they just have kind of a skewed perspective.
As usual, opinions, they're cheap. That's why everybody has one.
Yeah, man. I think it's, you know, kind of our mission. network marketing is 100% something that I believe everyone should choose the right company and do.
Yep.
Hands down.
And I feel is the first skill set that someone should start on if you don't know what to do or what's next for you. Because it's like it teaches you a little bit of everything, bro. You get marketing, you get sales experience, you get awareness, you get, the exposure to people that are doing 6, 7, 8 figures, right? So it opens up your eyes to a whole world of entrepreneurship. I feel network marketing should be the first step, no matter what company, because I feel it doesn't matter how bad the company is.
Choose your company.
Or good, yeah. You still get that
who
exposure.
you vibe with, Like,
yeah, the people, like everything what we're talking about, environment and all of that. Your network marketing is the first step. I mean, trading, you said it, is a skill set too that, bro, it changes people's life.
Yeah.
But I do think that at the same time, and I want to get your insight on this, bro, I strongly believe out of 1,000 traders, 3 are successful. What do you think about it?
Depends what you think success is. Like
Consistently profitable in the markets. That's what I see as a successful trader.
Okay. Everyone's goal is different with trading, right? Like your goal, my goal is to be able to pay my expenses just off trading income.
Okay.
Right? The average person that's trading, yeah, that might be their long-term goal. But realistically, your first goal is just to make more than inflation's eating away at your money. Realistically, if you want to use it as a hedge, if it needs to be smart, if it's going to be worth your time. You know what I mean? So I always tell like new traders, like, let's be real. The reason why there's 3 out of 1,000 is because the 1,000 are trying to be the 3 tomorrow. And I took multiple losses. You're talking about dozens of blown accounts. Okay, like I'm like bruto, right? Talk about revenge trader. I was revenge funder. Okay, like I would blow an account, but get mad, funded again.
We've all been through that.
Yeah, literally pissed off. So the average person, they have super unrealistic expectations, man, and so did I. I was like,
I feel at the beginning trading is the one thing that anybody can make money or be profitable, because it's a 50-50 chance that you place a trade and you made $1,000.
Right.
Like it's like you don't have to be a genius to make money trading. You have to be good to stay consistent.
You actually, the dumber you are, the better trader you are, I believe.
Yeah.
Because then you don't try to outsmart the market or create a new way in the midst of it.
100%.
And you follow rules. It's funny, on my session this morning, I said that. I said, everyone drop dumb in the chat box. And they were like, what? I said, why are dumb people making more money than you?
Yep.
You're like, that guy's smarter than me. And I used the example of like Forrest Gump. You remember that movie, Forrest Gump?
Yeah.
And it's like, how did Forrest Gump... He was told to run and became a football star, right? He was told to stay on the ship and became a shrimp boat captain or whatever the case is.
Yeah.
He was told to invest in the fruit company, became a millionaire off Apple, right? And it's like, what's the lesson in the story? Is like, you don't got to be smart to be successful. You got to follow daily choices that are so stupid.
That's key.
Right? I was like, damn, that's good.
Yeah, no, that's amazing. Because when it comes to that, it's like your daily choices dictate who you become.
Right.
Your daily habits dictate who you become. So even goes back to working out. Like when you stay consistent for a long amount of time, you'll get better little by little. You improve little by little. And trading has that. I'm a trader myself as well. And it's like, bro, at the beginning, I remember when I started, I learned so many strategies you can't even comprehend. Yeah. Like you'll be learning one strategy one day, next month another one, short up, short down, the triangles, the this, that, and then once I figured out, bro, this is how I trade. That's it. That's when things started,
for everyone
going good.
Everyone starts off like everything, right?
Everything. What's the magic strategy for me to just print money, right?
Or you're smart, right? And you're like, I'm gonna learn all of them and combine them, right? And
genius level.
Yeah, you're like, that's how I was. I was like,
all the indicators.
Yeah, I'm like, this is a joke. I'm about to use this guy's strategy is good. This guy's strategy. I thought it was like ice cream shop, right? Like scoop of this, scoop of that, and I got my favorite thing, but. Yeah, that didn't work. I found that I'm a trend trader. I trade Dao Theory, basically. Dao Theory, super simple. I keep it super simple. I try not to do things that are complicated because of duplication. Being able to help the mass majority of people learn the skill set to where they can see results. And I figured that if I can teach most people like 5 simple steps to be able to look at the market, then they wouldn't have to need to even know order blocks and that, like all the stuff that you need to train your eye to.
Correct.
Like they's already got. Like I use M's and W's, bro. Like everyone already knows M's and W's. So that I take what they already know and kind of incorporate it in. But I think overall, industry of network marketing, entrepreneurship, trading. all of these things teach you something about yourself that you can go and take with you in every
self-discovery, bro. Let's talk a little bit about that. Let's go there, right? Because one thing I've seen you do a lot is you take care of yourself a lot. You know, you dress really nice. You know, you're always taking care of yourself. You're always dressing up nice. What do you gotta say to people when it comes to taking care of yourself and you know, that self-discovery journey? Because I feel that is, I've always been more like, you know, business. This is like a straight line and that's it. Like I don't do shit else. This is all I do and this is all I'm good at.
Yeah.
But then I've been on that journey, you know, of self-discovery and figuring out what I like, what I don't, taking some time for myself as well. And I feel entrepreneurs are though sometimes they miss that. Like they don't take care of themselves. They just go fucking all in on one thing and that's it. What do you think about that in terms of that balance of, you know, taking care of yourself and you know, banishing that out with your business?
Yeah. I mean, when you say taking care of yourself and self-discovery, are you referring to health? Are you referring to faith? Are you referring to like your time? Are you referring to how you present yourself?
To your inner self, to getting to know yourself, to, you know, to figuring out who you are, basically, right? I've been on that journey, right, for the past couple of years, where it's like, all right, I need to figure out a lot more about myself,
right? Like life
that I don't know about life, about like what do I really want, how do I want to dress, or like, you know what I mean, like who I am as a person, right? What would you say to people out there that are growing the business, going crazy, money, but they don't focus on themselves or what they want, they just focus on money? Right?
Yeah.
Well, that's
I feel like about 3 years ago, I realized that I'm not an entrepreneur I am to make money, but money is not my goal. Actually, if I wanted to make more money right now, I probably wouldn't be doing exactly what I'm doing. I'd probably do something else. Money is not the full byproduct of most of my endeavors. It's more so how can I impact someone's life positively and actually make a difference? Like I have my main goal and structure, and I think as you focus on others, you find out more about yourself, and that's kind of where I'm going with this. You know, I started learning. I was like, dude, I can look at these people that I have in our trading academy as dollar signs or as souls. You know what I mean? And the minute that I started really looking at them as souls, I started understanding that some of them are going to come and some of them are going to go. I started realizing that they all have their own problems, that they all have their own stories, they all have their own thing, and you kind of start realizing like, okay, I'm this authority figure, right, quote unquote, in this area, but like, who am I, right? And I went on this journey, like everyone does, I'm sure at some point. And if your head is so far up in the money, then I feel bad for you, because the brokest person that I've ever met only had money, right? So you know, I look at it as, you know, where do you go to find out about yourself? And some people are like, well, I need to think about it. I need to think about me in order to understand me. Like, how do you learn about you, right? So I kind of struggle with that, right? Because I was being stupid. I was like thinking to myself.
I feel a lot of people do.
Right, everyone's like, okay, what do I want to be? Who am I?
And what's my purpose?
Right. So you go to the whiteboard. You're like, what's my purpose? What do I love? Right. And then you're like, wait. When you buy something, when I go to the Apple store and I buy a laptop, I don't ask the laptop what it's supposed to do. The manufacturer tells me that. You know what I'm saying? So now it goes into faith. I believe that purpose is very vague. Like, what's your purpose? You know what I mean? Like, everyone says, like, oh, my purpose is this, my purpose is that. Like, you really don't know your purpose. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like right now, many people are trying to figure out their purpose and figure out who they are when they've already been told who they are. It doesn't matter what you believe in, Christianity, Islam, the Quran, the Bible, etc. When you want to learn about you, you go to the manufacturer. There's literally it's thousands of years old, explaining every problem you've ever been through in all of these books. It doesn't matter if you read the Torah, the Bible, you know what I'm saying? So I think getting closer to your faith teaches you about your purpose. Getting closer to your purpose helps you walk in a path in life that, I mean, I'm not the richest person at all, but I really don't ever think about money, to be honest. Like, I
do think about money every day, bro.
Yeah?
Let me tell you, every day.
I really don't think about
it. Every day I'm thinking about it.
I don't check my bank account that often.
Oh, every day, daily. I wake up, first thing I look at bank account.
Really?
That bank account tells me how we're doing, bro.
Yeah.
Every day.
See, I think that's That's something that I don't do at all, bro.
Yeah,
like,
no, it's different.
Yeah, everybody's
it's
different.
for everybody.
Everybody's different about
But
that.
I'm trying to figure it out. This is what you're telling me about the manufacturer, though. So do you mean that everybody, when they come to this world, you know, they already have like a path lined up for them that they're like, you know what I mean? You're here in this world to do X, Y, Z. No matter what you think about or you do, that's where you're going. That's what you're trying to say?
Thumbprint.
What's up, bro?
Thumbprint, bro.
Like
you.
like I get
the thumbprint.
You. Yeah.
You only have you only you. You feel me? Everybody has a purpose locked inside of them that is unique to serve this world, to get the world where it needs to go for our human existence to be thriving. Deep. Okay? Everybody got something that they got to bring to the world, that they got to do something here. Okay?
So how do you figure it out what that is?
You don't.
You just go through life?
You just do. You live with faith. You live without fear. You live with courage. You make you're a positive, righteous person. You're walking in the right path. You're following biblical principles, realistically. You know what I mean? Like, you're living a righteous life, bro. We have an energy inside of us, and I don't want to go too deep into this, but like, everyone's got a soul. You know what I'm saying? And that soul comes with a plan, but we can alter that while we're here on earth by choosing the wrong path. And I mean the wrong path by, like, do you choose the easy way out, right? Or do you choose the wrong way in life? Do you choose to live with lies, right? Do you choose to be lack integrity? Do you say one thing and do the other? Do you talk about this person when they're not here, but you wouldn't say that to them when they are here? You know what I'm saying? Like, all of these things I really believe are guiding you to your purpose. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And as you start making those tough decisions, things start coming in line for you. And that's what's happening right now in my life. Like, I've made tough decisions. Like, I went without an income, you know what I mean? To not choose the righteous path. Wasn't even saved, didn't even believe in God at that time, realistically. Like, I believe in God, right? But like, never really understood. I never understood what that meant. I was afraid of it. It was something that I was like, there's no way that success and faith and entrepreneurship can be together. They have to be separate, right? And that's what one thinks. But once I think I got around certain people, man. I got around a lot of people with a lot of money. They had everything that I wanted, but they weren't there. You know what I mean? Like, they weren't the light. It wasn't there. I was like,
Yeah, I keep on telling people the priority should be happiness, no money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It should be happiness, and figure out what that is for you. Right? Because I think that is key, and it's not the same for everybody. For some people, it might be building the business. For some people, it might be, you know, a white fence and a little house with their kids and dog. You know what I mean?
Everyone's goal striving. I mean, as humans, we're goal striving mechanisms.
Whatever that is. Yeah.
Right? Everyone's goal striving. So that's happiness, whatever that goal is.
Whatever that goal is.
Right, whatever that goal is.
Keep on chasing that goal, whatever the goal is. But figure out what it is that makes you happy, right?
Yeah, 100%.
I think that is more of what, what we're talking about here. It's like that self-discovery journey. You got to figure that out, though. Like, you got to, like, all right, figure out what makes you happy. And if I feel the best way to do that is by trying things. Right. Like, getting your foot in the door into multiple opportunities, multiple skill sets, failing, like you said at the beginning. So you come across the one that is like, I failed, but I'm gonna keep on doing this because this is what I love doing.
Well, we all have things that we love. You have things that you love that you haven't done in a while.
Yeah, 100%.
That's happiness. But some of us sacrifice those things for the attainment of new happiness. When most of us, we got things. Like, for instance, I have a skateboard. Okay, and I skateboard twice a week.
Okay, wow.
Yeah, I longboard.
Dope.
I got headphones on, and I'm back when I was 18. You know what I mean? I'm 29 now. And I skateboard every week to the barbershop, actually.
Dope.
And it's funny because my barber is like, bro, you're like, why do you ride a skateboard here? And I'm like, it's something that I realized that was in my closet for years that I never even knew. Like, that makes me happy.
And that's it.
But I just didn't do it because I wasn't a kid anymore. Like, you know, why would I take a skateboard if I had a nice car or whatever the case is, you know, at the time. And so there's this, I think there's things that you listening to this right now know what makes you happy, but you're not doing it because you're just not thinking that. You're not stopping and thinking. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I love outdoors, you know, like I love, like we go to kayaking here in Key Biscayne. You
Yeah.
know? Like there's
So-
like there's little gems I found in Miami that are like our little like slice of paradise. You know what I mean? In Orlando, we would go to the Springs, and that would be something that I would escape to, and just enjoy the outdoors and stuff like that. So there's things that make people happy. It's just how you got to figure out how do you do it more.
Yeah.
And that's where income comes in, right? Because a lot of people are sacrificing that happiness for income and thinking that there's other things that are going to make them more happy. But I think the simple
But
things...
you still need the money to be able to do those things too.
Or not. Or you can move to Costa Rica and not make that much money and do them every day.
Costa Rica still costs money.
Yeah, but it doesn't cost as much money.
Yeah,
And you could do a
100%.
simple job. You know what I mean? Like, it depends, like, as I'm saying, like, you guys listening to this are probably entrepreneurs and you want more income and stuff like that. But I think everyone, bro, look at the richest people in the world. They got cool, extravagant stuff, but they enjoy simple pleasures.
Yeah,
like
no,
you
100%.
more than the extravagant stuff. Because I'm sure you just get to a point and you realize, and I think that's what we both have the benefit of, bro. We've been around a lot of people that have done more than we have. And I'm so grateful for that because I've learned so much from other people's mistakes.
What not to do. Yep.
What not to do, what not to place my love in or my faith in. I've seen
100%.
my friends love the jewelry.
Yeah.
Love it. Feel like the you know what I mean? I see them.
Yeah.
And then I saw when they didn't have it and where their identity was placed in it. You know what I mean? Or the things like when they come and I'm just like, man, never fall in love with that.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? So I think self-discovery, it's an open term. But just, I would say to anyone listening to this and on that journey is you don't be stupid and try to figure out something that man has been trying to figure out for thousands of years all by yourself in this one lifetime when there are books that have figured out most of it. You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing of why I read books. Like, why would I figure out what this guy figured out by myself when I could just read his book and upload that information?
I tell people when someone writes a book, they probably put a lot of time into writing that book. You know what I mean?
This is whole life work
into one book.
Exactly.
So you being able to compress that time frame and being able to read all of that out of just one book in a few days, maybe a month, that just puts you ahead of times by
100%.
studying other people's life.
100%.
What is the top 3 books you recommend for someone out there watching this in the entrepreneurship journey?
Bible,
Okay.
Path of Light. Path of Light, super exclusive.
I've never read that one.
There's only like 300 copies or something like
wow.
500 copies.
Okay.
I was gifted it actually. It was weird. Those weird encounters where people just come into your life and then just like and then just dip. So it was one of those things where someone's like, I felt that you need to read this book, and it was like next level self-discovery.
Oh, yeah?
Like, I had to put it down a couple of times. Like, it was like, it was
One
deep.
of those
Oh yeah,
crazy
it's one of
books.
those. Like, I feel like I just did drugs reading it. Like, I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Like, are you joking? Like, no way you just said this, right? That book is crazy. These are both self-discovery books. Self-discovery through discovery of other people. And then third, entrepreneurship is Robin Sharma.
Oh wow.
Robin Sharma is second, probably John C. Maxwell. Robin Sharma, my like favorite authors, like to read. Robin Sharma's next level. So shout out to Robin Sharma. If you're
I'm gonna
listening
actually
to this.
look into him. I've never
You've
heard
never
of him.
heard of him?
First time.
Oh wow, bro.
First time.
You're gonna love him.
First
As an
time.
author, I DM'd him on Instagram after I read his first book. I was like, yo, book's next level. And this was before everyone else had a blue check mark. So he responded to me, right? And responded to me on Instagram and was like, yo, you got to check out this book too. Thank you so much. And I sent him a voice note, showed him mad gratitude. It was cool to be able to see that the author of the book, probably wasn't even him, but his team or whatever the case
obviously,
is, is actively listening to who's listening.
To the feedback,
And
to the feedback.
who's watching and stuff. So Robin Sharma has a couple good books, bro. A Monk That Sold His Ferrari is one of them.
Oh, that's him. I didn't know that was him. I've heard about the book.
Monk Who Sold His Ferrari is one of them.
I didn't know that was
The
him.
Leader
Wow.
Who Had No Title, Fire. These are like leadership books, but he tells like short stories. You know what I mean? Like it's like a fictional story with a self-development kind of plot. But yeah, I would say like, when it comes to reading and it comes to like, the daily download of information, it's a lost art, man. I mean, I meet so many people that are like, I don't read. And I'm like the nerd now. You know what I mean? I used to not be the nerd.
You
now,
put me on into cybernetics, bro.
Yeah, that was a fire book.
What a book.
That book was fire. I'm not gonna lie. I learned a
What
lot
a
about
book.
emotional intelligence.
Ooh.
A lot about myself in that book.
Insane. Oh, me too, bro. And Dubai for like those 3 weeks, it was literally just on that book. Came back, I was like, boom, 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 let's go. I gotta do this. I know what I gotta do.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
And now you started the podcast.
Oh, everything is done. It's because of that book. I'm telling you straight up. Everything is going on right now. It's because of that book.
Books.
I'm
telling you.
You put me onto that book. I've heard about this book before from Bob Proctor, but I've never read it. Yeah, Bob Proctor talks about it, about that book, but I have never picked it up. I never even bought it. And then I saw you posted about it. I was like, let me check it out, bro.
Bro, that book, when it said this, I had to stop and think, bro. The book goes, the guy who wrote it, the plastic surgeon, and he goes, I started researching into people's minds when I realized that 2 people came in for a nose job. Both lived miserable lives because they felt everyone hated their nose, didn't like them for the nose, didn't get the job because of their nose, didn't get the spouse because of their nose. One person gets the nose job, completely turns their life around, gets the spouse, gets the house, gets the job, gets the everything, and the other person has the new nose and their whole life still sucks. And I was like, wow, that's crazy. Like the mind is crazy.
Thing that hit for me on that book, it was when he said, you got to let your creative mechanism do the talking. And stop overthinking.
Stop trying to do the talking.
Exactly. And stop trying to figure out what is the right answer. You already know the answer.
Right.
Oh, that hit, bro. That hit the ground.
Yep.
Because it's so true when it comes to, doing things, you already know. Like if you study, if you put in the time, right, and you build up the database in your subconscious mind, when it comes to making the decision, you know what the answer is. But if something happens and you like, I'm going to start thinking about what is the right thing to say, or like, what should I say now?
Stuttering.
That's when you fuck up and the right answer just goes out the window because you start overthinking, and most of the times you don't do anything. You don't take action.
Yeah. So I was just in Germany this weekend and someone came up to me.
I saw you racing, bro. I saw you driving. You were
I hit a new all-time record.
What is it?
We hit 180 miles per hour on the Autobahn.
Oh, shit. Nice.
Yeah, very scary. I wasn't driving, so it wasn't nice.
Who was driving?
It was actually
Evan?
Terrifying.
Who was that?
Absolutely not Evan. Evan doesn't drive at all, like ever. He doesn't drive at all. He's straight, just gets chauffeured.
Yeah.
It was actually our boy Cedric.
Okay.
Our boy Cedric, and I didn't want to go that fast, obviously, because I'm not driving, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's just weird. Dude. I'm in the back seat, no seatbelt on.
Oh, even worse.
Playing Mario Kart, going 180 miles an hour. So I'm like, got vertigo and stuff.
Yeah.
But anyways, I was in Germany, and someone came up to me afterwards, and they were like, how did you get, good at speaking in front of people and stuff like that? And I'm just like, honestly, when you stop caring about what other people think,
and
it's kind of the same thing that book talks about, is like the reason why people stutter is because they're trying to say the right thing and because of what you think you should sound like, you know what I mean? Or the word that you think should come out, as opposed to just free flowing. That's why if you see some people that have certain disorders or, something like a speech impediment, I don't know if you've seen, they'll hit like medical marijuana, and then all of a sudden they went from stuttering or even epilepsy or anything crazy to like talk normal, and they're just like
because
chill.
You just relax.
Yeah, because they stop overthinking and stuff. They're forced, So you got to find a way to force yourself to do that,
to be you,
and
bro.
develop.
And be you.
But I wanna just like I kind of lead this conversation into an area that you're gonna love.
Talk to
me.
Talk to
me. It's we talked about entrepreneurship, self-discovery, kind of dabbled in all over the place, but I think it's very important that entrepreneurs talk about world change.
Okay.
Like on a big level.
Okay.
And what I mean by that is right now, with technology, everything that's going on, I mean, you can name it. Like, not that our problems are new. I'm sure the same thing they talked about 500 years ago. Like, things are crazy right now, right? Like, things are going off the fan. However, we're entering like that new phase. If we were to go to like a history book, right, and put like the timeline, we're like really pivotal right now, right? And there's a lot of people with talent. You have a lot of talent. I have a lot of talent. You got a lot of talent listening to this. And I think there's a sleeping giant in every country right now, bro. And it's basically that sleeping giant are the people that have influence right now in their industry aren't really trying to change the world. They're trying to change the world in the agenda for the benefit of their organization.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
And everything else that's going on is like, not my problem. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I think right now, the person listening to this, you and I, we're going to slowly start turning our cheek to and start looking at the problems of the world and how we can solve that. because there's a lot of stuff that's going on right now, bro. You know?
Yeah, a lot. What is one problem that if you had, I mean, the reason I want to get to this is because I was listening to Mr. Beast. Pretty sure you know Mr. Beast is, and they're talking about how like YouTube influencers, you know, social media, big brands, they're eventually gonna start turning into leading the markets because like, bro, some of these guys on YouTube get hundreds of millions of views in their channels that no TV ad can do that, right? No news outlet can do that. So that eventually they're talking about how like big companies and big pharma is gonna turn into using them as a way to obviously put their message out because they have such a broad audience because of all the influences that they have out there. So my question to you is, if you had this influence at this level, like let's just say Mr. Beast, what would be one problem that you would solve or you will focus on raising awareness?
I mean, to be honest, there's so many. I mean, I think
Give me one, bro. Come on.
There's so many because I mean, nobody's Mr. Beast. Mr. Beast is Mr. Beast, and if you watch what he does with his influence, I'm super proud of him. He's not a sellout.
Yeah, no, but I'm saying,
you know
I'm saying if you had that type of audience, that type of influence, right? Because think about it, like with that type of influence, you put out, you know, content that hundreds of millions of people are watching. We don't have hundreds of millions of people watching us.
Yeah, but if what I'm saying is the message that he puts out is entertainment. That's why he has hundreds of millions of people watching. If he starts broadcasting a message or a belief or a world change, the people that are watching the previous videos won't necessarily be down with that. That's not what they bought into. You know what I mean?
100%. But he still has influence over those people.
He does. And thank God he's not allowing, you know, Viagra to put ads in the middle of his stuff or, you know what I mean? Or like some company that has adverse side effects or whatever. Thank God he's not a sellout. Like, because we all know some YouTubers, if they had that following, they would they'd be dropping a new product every day, just trying to milk it. So I think he has a good head on his shoulders. He 100%. Gives away so much money. I mean, I love the philanthropist, kid. Like the dude, he's not gaudy. He's like, you know, he's whole, bro. He's wholesome. He knows what he wants in life. And I don't think he ever did it for the money, to be honest.
No, bro. Every penny he makes, literally puts it back into
the so
a guy lives in his office.
And that's why he has that influence.
Yep. 100%.
And that's what people got to realize.
It's genuine.
If you're trying to chase just the money, you'll never have that influence. People can feel that. People 100%. Can sense that. Watching your video, you can see that he's not doing it for what most people are doing it for, or trying to even look the part, or be this person that he's not. You know, he's being himself, et cetera, et cetera. But I think, there's a lot of people that are going to sell out. There's a lot of YouTubers or influencers and et cetera that are already sold out. I think that they're going to market the wrong things because they want to make money, and that's the world change I'm talking about. Like, as entrepreneurs, spreading messages like this so they can hear it and let them know, like, yo, your influence will try to be used for bad. You know what I mean? You got to protect your ship at all costs. Like, don't fall into the trap of sign this paper, we'll give you money and promote this product, and then it's killing people, or it's bringing people to addiction, or it's, you know, just it's not doing any good in people's lives. Like, be knowledgeable about what you're working on and what you're doing and what you're putting out there, bro, because people are very impressionable right now. I mean, everyone's trying to be something that they're not, including us. We're trying to be better versions of ourselves, but it's not who we are today. You know what I mean? Realistically, everyone's trying to be something that they're not. But I think we should try to just be the best version of us. And if we can do that, then we're going to be able to spread the right message, bro, no matter what, how much influence, you know, you have.
Yeah, and it goes back to what you said, you know, the focus on the manufacturer. Focus on you know, who you are. Yourself. Be yourself.
Go to the manufacturer.
And follow those principles. You know what I mean?
Go to the manufacturer to learn about the products. And you asked me earlier, you know, self-care and all this stuff. That's the manufacturer. I didn't know that I was supposed to go to the gym. Like, seriously, I don't go to the gym for a six-pack. I go to the gym because working out helps me develop my spiritual muscle. You know what I mean? Because it's not what you want to do all the time. You know what I mean? Because it hurts, because you beat demons. I was on the cardio bike today, bro. I was straight like in a fight, bro. I was like preparing. I looked like Creed. You know what I'm saying? I had the hoodie on, and I'm like literally like racing myself. Like, I couldn't. My heart rate got to like 180. I held it there for like 5 minutes. I'm like, The person next to me is looking at me like, yo, you good? You know what I'm saying? And I'm just like, like, my bad. I'm not even training for anything. You know what I mean? I'm just that's the type of time we're on, bro. And I know you're on that type of time too. It's straight overcome every single obstacle.
Yeah, daily. How good can you get?
Daily.
I have it written on my room, literally on a whiteboard. It's like, how good can you get?
Exactly.
How good can you get?
I love that.
This is the question I ask myself every single day.
Yep.
How good can you get? Because, and I was thinking about this when it comes to skill set too. Because it's like every day I ask myself, what else can I learn? Because it's one thing when it comes to business. It's like, yeah, I tell everybody, like, don't be jumping ships. Focus on one thing. That one thing makes you the money. Once you make the money, then you can figure out what you want to do with your life.
Right.
But you need to have a source of income because it is what it is. Without money, chip don't move, bro.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you won't get anywhere. Like, you need to have at least your expenses covered. I feel that's what financial freedom is.
100%.
It's like, know that number that you spend every single month. Once you got that covered, you're more in a stress-free state of mind, right?
Right.
But I'm thinking every single day, what else can I learn? I want to learn other languages.
Right.
I want to learn Italian. Fucking love the language.
Yes,
right?
Vaffanculo.
No sé qué cojones dijiste, pero I got it.
It's a curse word.
You see, I knew it was something like that. But it's something I want to learn, you know, Italian. I love it. I started skydiving recently.
That's crazy.
So it's like, I want to stock up all the skill sets.
Yeah.
Because that makes you a way better version of yourself every single day.
Yeah, bro. I mean, I think the game that we're playing here is, you know, I did a podcast actually with my grandparents.
Oh, wow. Nice.
Yeah, I sat them down in the living room and I prepared a couple questions. I did kind of like a podcast interview with my grandparents. And I asked them some questions. You know, they're in their 80s. You know, my grandfather's like 15, moved here from Puerto Rico, no money. The whole immigrant story, right?
Yeah.
And I asked them questions like, you know, what would you do differently if you went back in time? You know, like what do you think the world is different today than it was when you were growing up, right? And through their answers, I kind of found out a lot about what I need to do. You know what I mean? Like, if you want to figure out how to live a best life, ask someone that didn't.
Look back. Yep.
Ask someone that didn't. You know, and they'll tell you, like, I wish I would have traveled more. I wish I wouldn't have focused on all the materialistic things. I spent all my money on cars. I spent all my money on
this podcast? Do you publish it?
No. It's in my archives. Yeah.
I would love to see it, bro.
I think I will. I think it's gonna be part of, like, you know, I'm a content creator, bro.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I have memories that, you know, for their passing one day as a memoir for myself. And I haven't even opened up the video. Haven't even watched it, to be honest. Okay. It's in a hard drive, and God forbid that one day comes, you know, when their time comes to move on. Boom, I'm gonna edit that stuff. I'm gonna cry when I edit it, and it's gonna be so sick. You know what I mean? Because my emotion's gonna be into it. Yeah. And it's gonna be a badass video.
Wow,
bro.
That's cool.
Yeah,
bro. I'm super excited for people to see this. You know, a lot of good content. You know, a lot of good information coming from someone that is in the journey. You know, in the trenches every day, traveling the world, learning, educating people. And one thing I like to know at the end of every podcast, kind of like wrapping up, is I like to ask the guests, is there anything that you would like me to ask you that I didn't? Is there anything specifically that you feel that you could have brought more value to the audience, but I just didn't mention it or we didn't talk about?
Honestly, bro, you did great. You didn't plan any questions out. I mean, this was completely just flowed, like homie conversation. We were talking like this before we started. Exactly. To be honest, we were talking, you know, before the podcast, bro. I think that, you know, most people that are listening to this want to solve a specific problem. So more than likely, wherever you're listening to from, you know, message Manny and let him know what you want to learn more of from your guests. Because you asked me, I don't care what you ask me. I'm here to give value, whatever it is. I mean, I feel like we talked more about faith than we did about anything else. And really, that's just because that's the season that I'm in life. You know what I mean? Like, the skill sets, all that stuff, you guys already know you got to learn that. Like, you know what I mean? We could talk about trading all day. The other guy on the podcast is going to say the same things. But more than likely, nobody's going to come on here and tell you that you are a product of a creation and you got to go back to the manufacturer to learn more about the product. There's an instruction manual that tells you how to live your life and squeeze the most out of it before the days are done. People have already chased the material things. All these mistakes that you're going through are thousands of years old, bro. Like, your shit is not new. You know what I'm saying? So just go back. If you think this book is good, it's written by one person, read a book that's written by 100 people. You know what I'm saying? Now you got 100 lives in one book, right? Of lessons and learnings, whatever it is that you believe in. Yeah. And I think once you do that, you don't do it for the abundance, but you do it, and abundance just is a byproduct of understanding of life. You know what I'm saying? And that's where you're at, right?
Yeah.
You understand certain key things. We're always figuring stuff out. So I think, the audience can definitely message you, bro, and tell them, what your problem is and what they want to focus on. But I think over and all that, this is a great thing that you're doing, bro. People are going to get a lot of value, and people are going to be able to elevate their lives in so many different areas.
Appreciate you, bro. And it was great having you. Where can people find you? If they got any question, if there's anything that you can help them with, what's the best way for them to reach out?
It's funny because my boy just dropped a song, and he says, if you ask where to find me, I be everywhere. Right? I'm everywhere. To be honest, where could you find me? Walk in Midtown in Miami. You can find me on Instagram, YouTube, like everything. You know what I mean? It's Awal, AWAL. Like,
boom. We'll drop it. We'll drop it down below in the comments. Two things in the descriptions. Two things to wrap up and actually add, massive value to the audience, to myself, and to you. I've been asking these two questions since we went to this event, Break the Code event. Amazing event. Shout out to Alex, by the way.
Facts.
What do you have? What do you need, bro?
What do I have right now? Honestly, I got it. Yeah, I got it. I got the skills. I need repetition. I need time, right? I need time. Like, please don't let me go like too soon, because I got a lot of stuff to accomplish, and you know what I mean? Like, learn. Yeah. So to be honest, I could say if I had more money right now, I could buy more stuff and buy more businesses, but like that's not necessarily the goal. I think right now the goal is what do I have and what do I need? That's a great question, bro. What do I need?
There's someone's out there that got what you need.
Yeah, what do I need?
I don't know.
I honestly, what do I have? Got it. What do I need? Got it. I know exactly what I need. Like, really what I need to do, bro. It's just time. I need a new graphic designer. Okay. Boom. Yeah. I need a new graphic designer to accomplish my mission. I need I got a new graphic designer. I got that. Got the video editing team. Okay. Got the funnel building team. We got I need an ad guy.
Come on.
Yeah, cheap ad guy. Not the taxing ones. Not the ones that like give me a retainer and then you don't even convert for me on the back. I already tried those guys out. You know who you are. Like there's always something that we need, but more importantly, bro, what I need right now is I need more of my circle and the people that I rock with getting more in tune with each other's purpose. You know what I mean? Because honestly, all of us, like, we have our own teams. Like, you run your own team, but we're like the boss of our teams, and like that's cool and all, but it's a different type of team when everyone's a boss. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
And that's what right now in Miami, I feel like Miami needs, you know what I mean? That's what networking events, all that stuff is for, but like the bosses working together, you know what I mean? And collaborating.
More collaborations, bro. I'm all up for that.
Yeah. I can see that.
Yeah. That's what we do. That's the reason we're doing this stuff.
Yeah.
Like, bro, the relationships I've been able to build in the past 2 weeks, literally, due to this podcast, incredible. People that I haven't talked to in months, they're like, bro, I would love to be in the podcast. Yeah. And people that I'm like, yo, come over. It's like, boom, come over. We'll shout out. And you build the relationships. And I've been asking these two questions to everybody I come across with in the past few weeks, because it's incredible the type of relationship that you can build when you go with, upfront value. And you like, bro, I got this, and this. How can we, collaborate? How can we work together, right? Obviously, not everybody.
What do I have, like, business-wise?
You know what I mean? Obviously, not everybody. And this is something I'm super, like, high on. It's like, I don't share my energy with everybody.
Yeah,
I don't talk to everybody. Like my energy, I protect my energy really well. I don't bring anybody to my house.
Same.
That's why I tell people, it's like, this podcast, I don't care how influential you are. Friends are coming in here. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to bring it because you got a lot of followers. This is my house. 100%. You know what I mean? So I'm making it more about that.
That's good, bro. See, you're not a sellout.
No, I don't need money, bro. I want more, bro.
So when you have millions of people watching this, it's like, no matter how much money you got, you can't come spread your dirty message.
One thing I'm going to tell you right now, the podcast is starting, and, later on be like, yo, why did I say that? But I'm not putting ads on this podcast. No ads.
No ads.
I've been listening to podcasts in the past few days, and every podcast has an ad every fucking 15, 20 minutes that you're engaged in the podcast.
Oh, like an ad.
Yeah, like an ad in the podcast.
To monetize it.
Yeah. And I don't know where this, this product, bro, that gets me heated.
Yeah,
Like,
I feel like
give me the good content.
No, you can still make money from a podcast without being annoying by just giving a great value. So then they want to go find you somewhere else after this and get more
100%.
with your inner circle
but
program.
Don't cock the
you know?
podcast is like 2-3 times.
Yeah, 100%.
To
Yeah.
just give me a product.
But they're not as smart as you,
You
bro.
know
You
what I
got you got funnels. They don't. That's why.
You got funnels.
Yeah, they're using ads because they don't got funnels.
Yeah, you know
Real
what I mean? I was
talk.
like, yeah, the information is down below, obviously, because the information could help people, and it helps people, 100%. But like dropping product and ads in the middle of it just
Vibe kill.
Destroys the content.
It's like someone calling when you're having sex.
bro. You're like all hyped up for the information, and
That
then
was too much.
an
That was
ad.
too much. That was too much.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think it is too much. But no, super excited to build this up, and again, collaborations, right?
Yeah, bro.
You
And let
know?
me know as well, like, who I can help you. They're not your friend, but if you end up moving the podcast location, if you want, different people, because I've been just networking more so with like just hustlers that are driven, bro. Like Kingdom soldiers, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
They're doing the right thing no matter what they're doing. One of my boys,
That's the type of people I want to bring in here.
facts, bro.
Like, I don't care how much money you're making. I want to bring in people that go the principles. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like, there's rules, there's things that there's a thin line, bro, and you know this. You know what I mean? And we are in industries that line gets crossed pretty often.
All
You know
over,
what I'm
bro.
saying?
All over the
So
world.
there's a thin line that I don't want to bring in people here that I want to bring in people that I know, at least with me. I have never had any type of experience like that, because there's no need to bring in those type of people in here. So, but I'm excited to keep on building this. We'll definitely talk after to see how can we collaborate.
Yeah, bro.
How can we add value to each other? Because that's the best way to build relationships.
Facts.
And every business is a relationship based business. So thank you for coming. Appreciate you being here.
Thank you guys for having me. It's been
We
lit.
had a great time. And I hope we can do this again maybe a year from now and see where you at in the progress and see where life takes us, right?
Yeah, bro.
Thanks for coming, bro.
Appreciate you.
Guys, that was a wrap. Manny Talks. Here we teach you how to start, build, and scale your business, coming from stories of entrepreneurs that are killing it in the industry, or simply just in industries, right? That they're in their journey, growing, and trying to get better. It's not only about the end result also, it's actually about the people that are going through it. That's the story that I want you to listen to. So stay tuned for the next one. Subscribe down below to keep on getting more content like this. That is about it for tonight. Let's go.
Let's go.